Hi, good afternoon. My name is Joshua, and today my team and I are going to talk about Alps Private Limited. So, who are we? We are actually a supply chain management department in a government hospital. And who do we consist of? We consist of a procurement team that is in charge of purchasing, the receiving team that is in charge of receiving, and also the distributing team that is in charge of distributing of stocks throughout the whole hospital. So these are what were noted for the high turnover rate. So number one, there is little understanding of employees' point of view or their standpoint, and management has little concern over the employees' well-being and or their personal issues. They are also not sensitive to the employees' emotion, and there is a uptight work culture that focuses mainly on job-related matters for all kinds of chats. And the goals are mostly set rather than through self-determination. So here is one recommendation that we could use to manage employees' emotions and mood by identifying the sources. So firstly would be age. By using inappropriate methods towards employees could have adverse effects. By identifying age groups, management could use different ways to uplift employees' mood and emotions and therefore lower turnover rate. So say for example, rewarding younger staff with treats versus rewarding older staff with bonuses or promotions. So another thing would be the time of day when addressing work matters or important messages. Selecting the appropriate time of day would be key as we tend to be happier and more awake during the midpoint of the daily awake period. Also, to avoid such timings such as start of work, before tea break, or even before going home, when attention is generally low. So another thing would be social activities, informal activities such as casual chats in a more relaxed or unofficial manner, and or key team get together like dinner sessions could also increase positive moods within the team, and therefore creating a better ambience to work in. Another recommendation.
Hi everyone, my name is Basang, and I'm going to share with you about the casual chat that I had with one of the procurement guys from Alps Healthcare, where he was able to share some of the issues and challenges he was currently facing. So the first problem he did mention to me was about the pay or the salary issue, where he felt that he was not getting paid enough for the amount of job, or the work that he had to do. And besides that, he was also asked to do, not just him, but even his other colleagues, they were asked to do a lot of overtime, where no compensations were paid. So I think this was one of the major factors, yeah, that he shared with me, related to money part of it. Now the second issue was about more of the policies, or the staff benefits, which was about training. He felt that the company was not providing enough training. The training was kind of minimal, and there was a lot of self-learning that was required, with not much guidance from the company. And I think this kind of led to having no career growth, mindset within the company. And I guess this was also one of the main reasons for the very high turnover rate within the company itself. So, hi everyone. I think in this case, I would like to kind of recommend the Herzberg factor theory of motivation, where Herzberg viewed it as motivators and hygiene factors. Hygiene factors would be more on the demotivator side of it. So motivators would be more like achievement, progress, recognition, autonomy, responsibility. And in terms of the hygiene factors, which is more of company policies, salary issues, supervision, work conditions, and administration. So this is how Hertzberg divided the two factors. So think in this case, I feel is I think the issue that he mentioned to me kind of leads to multiple hygiene factors, such as the policies, where I think the management should look into implementing training policies maybe on a quarterly basis. Then we can also look into another hygiene factor, which is the administration part of it, where I think they should provide some compensations for overtime jobs that they're giving to the employees. Thirdly is the salary, where they should definitely reconsider increasing the salary based on the market value. And lastly, with the supervision part of it, where the managers should guide or support their subordinates. So this is what I feel would definitely help the company to decrease the high turnover rate. And Herzberg kind of found that if the hygiene factors are satisfied for those individuals, then I think they will be motivated. When you introduce the motivating factors to them, or the motivators to them. Yeah, that's all. Thank you. I feel is I think the issue.
Hi, my name is Latif, and the next issue that I will be addressing will be unclear instructions that are coming from the managers. So during an SOP implementation, more often than not, this SOP needs to be put on hold and needs to be revised and further improved when the execution failed. And this causes a lot of distress and confusion to the ground staff, where they are not sure which of the SOP that is the latest and which one they should be following. And as a recommendation, I would like to set up a cross-functional team where managers of the same hierarchy from different areas of the department, where they can collaborate on their insights. But also not to forget the supervisors on ground, where they can actually receive feedback and they can fully understand the challenges that the ground staffs are facing. So as a result, they will actually be able to develop ideas and strategies which best suits the problem and create a one-off solid SOP for the staff to follow. In order to ensure the success of a cross-functional team, four factors needs to be taken care of. The first factor will be adequate resources, where team members can find materials to ensure that they can do their job effectively. The next one will be a proper leadership and structure, where it's clear who the leader is and each staff is aware on the task that they has been assigned to. Next, there needs to be a climate of trust where team members can work together comfortably and peacefully. Last but not least, there needs to be a system of a performance evaluation and reward system, where an individual will not just be rewarded for their own performance, but they will also be rewarded and acknowledged as a key team player.
Hi everyone, it's me here once again. So the second issue that I'm going to discuss today is about low team performance and no group development. And this is one of the issues that's been faced by a team leader from healthcare. And what he felt was, within his team, there was not much of, interaction that was happening. Whenever they had any team meetings, none of the team members were giving enough insights, their point of views. There was no sharing of views that was happening. And he also heard that some team members felt that they were given uneven workload, and hence they were not happy. I would recommend him as a team leader, the Duckman's model of group behavior. And I think this is significant because groups are not fully formed, right? And I think this model is going to teach the team leader on how to create a group of individuals first, and then learn the different stages of building a high-performing team. So Tuckman's model has basically 5 different stages. Number 1 is about forming. So this is where the team meets and learns about each other and also about the opportunities and challenges, to work towards one goal. And then we have the second stage, which is storming. The stage, there are conflicts, and competition, which is at the highest. The group argues about the different roles and responsibilities each should take. So that's number two. Number three, we have the norming stage, where this is kind of more structured, and I think everyone kind of agrees on individual areas to focus on, depending on what the strengths and weaknesses are, and with the aim of meeting, the team's goal, and we can see a collective effort here. And then comes the performing part, which is take actions to meet the desired goal, right? And then the last stage is the adjourning stage, where you can feel that bonding within the team members, and you also feel that sense of achievement to work as a team member. So this is a Duckman's model, and I hope this will really help the team leader to kind of to have a high performing team with a better group development. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alan, and I'll be covering on job dissatisfaction. Why are employees dissatisfied? All the employees I've interviewed have narrowed down to these 3 points. 1. Unfair job conditions. Portfolios of employees are distributed unfairly, resulting in unequal workload. 2. Having to work unpaid OT even through weekends to ensure tasks on hand are completed while others are able to leave on time. 3. No work-life balance. So let's take a look at cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitude relating to behavioral decisions. So why are employees still coming to work even if they are dissatisfied with their job? 1. Good health benefits. Despite the unfair portfolios and unequal workload, ELPS actually has a very good health benefits, which covers not only their employees but their family as well. 2. High annual income, which includes their performance bonus as well as annual wage supplement. Despite not being paid for their overtime work, they feel that the high annual income will be able to offset a bit of the grievances. 3. Job comfort. Being in a job for a long time, they will develop their know-how, and changing an environment will mean that they need to start from scratch again. So how can cognitive dissonance be resolved? Changing employee beliefs with the help of the management. There has to be a communication between the management and employees. And management and employees often have different point of view. So allowing information such as why there's a need to work OT, when there's an imbalance of portfolio to be flowed down to the employees, will help them understand why the management has to make a certain decision, and also allow the management to have a more thorough understanding of what is happening on. Next, what's the employee's response towards their job dissatisfaction? There's two different kinds of response depending on the scale of dissatisfaction. Employees can either be constructive or destructive. Constructive. Employees will voice out their grievances by giving feedback to their superiors during yearly one-way evaluations on their issues faced for the past. 2. Destructive. Leaving the job when the employee reaches a certain limit of dissatisfaction. They will simply leave the job and find a new one where they believe will be more suitable to them. Or they can also play truancy, using up all their medical leave even when they are not sick, so as to make statements towards their employees. So how do we understand and improve our employees' job attitude? Perceive organizational support. If employees believe that the organization values their contributions and genuinely cares about their well-being, this will increase employees' job satisfaction. Employers can start doing this by having weekly, monthly meetings instead of yearly evaluation with their employees and having a two-way conversation on the issues they are facing in the workplace. This involvement in the decision-making process will allow employees to feel more committed to the organization. Employees who are committed will less likely to engage in work withdrawal even if they are dissatisfied, because they have a sense of organizational loyalty. Key takeaways after understanding the issues at ELPS Healthcare Private Limited. Paying attention to individual emotions and resolving the hygiene factors are crucial to retaining employees at ELPS Healthcare. How Tuckman's model can help the team leaders and members to work together as a high-performing team. And regular feedback, staff parties, and having a trusting team can help improve job attitude and satisfaction in the long run. Thank you. Key takeaways after understanding the issue.